Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole flock of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. You gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahia, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rikar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Double honors to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of Great Millstone, who are well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether concepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the ark pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the whole elect. And shalom to the Akwath who are listening and learning. You few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah from GMS Orlando Camp coming into another lesson. And true facts, faith, and edification, another daily edification, Lord willing, is be edifying. And I titled this lesson, Babylon will be a memorial. Lord willing, be edifying. So first I'm going to show this. I'm going to show this first. And I'm going to pull this video. And you see it. Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. You see it. So let me come back to me. Check this out. Now this is a video on the elder brother that been coming out listening to us for a while. He always send me different things. I just did a video the other day on the song he sent me called Leaving Rome. Right? He sent me this. This was a couple weeks ago, but I didn't see it. Salakia. I didn't even know it's gonna be an infomercial. Salakia. Let me turn the volume down. All right, so check this out. It wasn't no infomercial when I first watched it. But check this out. Let me turn the volume down. Now wait me for a second.
And arrest a black woman for being 50 cents short on her bus fare.
Hold on.
The cops tase and arrest a black woman for being 50 cents short on her bus fare. She had $2. The bus fare was $2.50. Let me show you the video. Here it is.
Here we go. Here we go. He's back. You're gonna get taped. For what? Put your arms behind your back. I didn't do it. You got 5 seconds for I tell the officers what to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let go. Let go. Let go. Don't resist or I'm sending it off again. Don't resist or I'm sending it off again. Stop resisting or I'm sending it off again.
Okay. Just put them on. Don't take. Just put them on. Just put them on. Just.
They did all of this because she was 50 cents short on a $2.50 bus ride. There's more video. This is SEPTA police officers, Southern Pennsylvania Transit Authority. Here's what happened next.
Who's taking my phone?
You're under arrest. You're not permitted to hide your phone.
Tell me something. Somebody to why? Why? But why am I under arrest? Why am I under arrest? You sitting money right in my bag. I just said, hey, no change. I put it in there when I put it in there.
Don't put it in your bag.
I didn't tease me. I need to hold my everything.
It's a damn shame, right? Remember, the entire arrest was because of 50 damn cents. SEPTA police say they were investigating after a series of videos showing officers hitting and then tasing a woman at the Frankfort Transportation Center on Wednesday. This surfaced on social media. Now there's a response. SEPTA spokesperson Andrew Bush said those events unfolded after police officers responded to a bus driver's call for assistance with a woman who would not exit the vehicle at Frankfort Transportation Center. Now, I want us to pause on this point, okay? The bus driver is at fault here as well. Who calls the police on someone who is 50 cents short on bus fare? You lack all humanity, period. The human response is to either let it slide or B, put the 2 quarters in the damn machine yourself. This is real simple, people. This is not complex. Everybody can be great because everybody can serve. That's what Dr. King told us. But these moments of our journey, these small moments where we could just do the very decent thing, but instead we do the egregious thing as a human race. And instead of just giving the woman 50 cents or allowing her to bypass that 50 cent mark and say, you know what, madam, it's okay. It's all right, it's on me today. Instead of exercising that level of humanity, that level of connection to the common person, you rather call a gun. You're saying, anytime you call the police, you're saying, I need a gun to handle this situation. So now we need guns for 2 quarters. That's what this country has de-evolved into. We need a gun to handle 25 cent and 25 cent, 50 pennies, 2 quarters. We need a gun now. There's more. The spokesperson did not identify the woman, who he said is 24 years of age, a young lady, and said charges against her had not yet been approved. We're hoping they are never approved. The spokesperson added that she was taken to Jefferson Frankfort Hospital to be evaluated, which he said is standard procedure when a taser is deployed. Okay, for everyone who is concerned about government spending and government waste, I'm concerned about it myself. Over 2 quarters, do you realize how much money the city, the government has to pay because of what they ended up doing? The man hours, the hospital visit, all of that has to be paid by the government because she was in their custody going to the hospital. She is hospitalized because of their actions. All of this is now government funded over 2 quarters. Does this make sense to anyone? There's more.
They don't want you to know this.
It's a lock it for the
It's legit.
infomercial.
Like, it's not, I'm not like, I don't know how they do it. Like, they might.
The SEPTA Transit Police Office of Professional Responsibility conducts reviews of every use of force incident and will conduct an investigation into this incident. Anyone who witnessed the incident is urged to contact them. The spokesperson said that'll all be examined, that video and any other available from body cameras. There will be a thorough examination of all of that evidence, all right? Back in December of 2021, a SEPTA Transit police officer was charged with simple battery, endangering another person, and other charges for alleged excessive use of a taser on a man who was verbally threatening a SEPTA employee, all right? And they have a history of utilizing significant excessive force against citizens who are just trying to get from point A to point B, all right? Yasmin, thoughts on this case?
There's so much here. I mean, first of all, it's incredibly traumatizing for anyone to go through what she went through. And anyone who says that they would act differently in a similar situation is lying to themselves. Because like, if I was her, I would also be just as helpless and delirious and just confused. And she kept asking, why am I being arrested? And we're lucky that all she got was tased and handcuffed, right? And then you brought up a good point. There were 3 cops there, 3 cops to deal with a 50-cent indiscretion and then a hospital bill on top of that, right? So who's paying for all of that? And is that a good use of city money? And then if we have a society where somebody is getting tased because they don't have 50 cents for public transportation, we have so many other much bigger problems to talk about on a level to where this person needed 50 cents just to get on the bus and didn't have it, right? For whatever reason, that's a societal systemic issue that needs to be addressed. And it's not going to be addressed with police force. It's not going to be addressed by just harassing people who are just, as he said, trying to get from point A to point B. If that was her crime, it really wasn't the worst thing in the world. And 50 cents, I don't even have 50 cents on me right now. I don't have 2 quarters in my hands. Like, who has 50 cents? I don't know. But I mean, that's beside the point. But at the same time, it is a bigger problem. And the fact that we are just helping people, giving people more reason to distrust the police and distrust our institutions, it's not good, while they're still demanding that we need to trust them because they're there to serve and protect, right? That's what they keep telling us, but we keep seeing that that is not the case.
One of my dogmatic doctrines inside of the classroom as a professor is to teach my students that you should never criminalize poverty. Poverty is really not a choice, it's a policy. The reason why poverty exists is because of out of control capitalism. In order for capitalism to thrive, it requires a permanent underclass in order for that system to be maintained. And that is something that we have to flip up.
So yeah, I just want to show that, man. This lesson ain't about her, but when the elder sent me that, I had to throw this in there, man. Reason being, our women trust in this system, man. They trust in this government. They trust in the enemy, man. Now, she could have simply, I'm sure she's from that city. I'm sure that's not her first time catching that bus, man. She knew she was short the money. Why even try to get on them, right? You knew you ain't had the money. But besides that, listen, man, the Lord say, agree with thy adversary quickly, man, while he is in the way, man, right? Yeah, and the curse is in full gear, man. And just because you done, whatever, you think you done made it, whatever, listen, man, this devil is going to show his horns, man. But seeing that, hey, there's a lot of these women finna get trodden down just like that, man. That's Micah 7:10. It says it, man. But I want to deal with this. This is Psalms 89. I want to read this. I just got a few precepts. I was thinking about this whole memorial thing. I want to read this. So this is Psalms 89. I'm going to start at 1. I will sing of the mercies of Yahweh forever. With my mouth will I make known thy faithfulness to all generations. For I have mercy for Salaki, for I have said, mercy shall be built up forever. Thy faithfulness shall thou establish in the very heavens. I have made a covenant with my chosen. I have sworn unto David my servant. Thy seed will I establish forever, and build up thy throne to all generations. And the heavens shall praise thy wonders, O Yahweh, thy faithfulness also in the congregation of the saints. For who in the heaven can be compared unto the Yahweh? Who among the sons of the mighty can be likened unto the Lord? Power is greatly to be feared in the assembly of the saints, and to be had in reverence of all them that are about him. O Yahweh, power of hosts, who is a strong Lord like unto thee? Who is a strong Lord like unto thee? Or to thy faithfulness round about thee? This is verse 13. It reads, Thou hast a mighty arm, strong is thy hand, and high is thy right hand. Justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne. It say justice and judgment. It's a lesson of the day, going into how the Lord don't do iniquity. Everything that the Lord do, everything that come down from the throne is justice and judgment, man. It's all righteous, right? It say justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne. Mercy and truth shall go before thy face. Blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. They shall walk, O Yahweh, in the light of thy countenance. Now, it say, verse 16, in thy name shall they rejoice all the day, and in thy righteousness shall they be exalted. For thou art the power, for thou art the glory of their strength, and in thy favor our horn shall be exalted. For the Lord is our defense, and the Holy One of Israel is our king. Then thou spakest in vision to thy Holy One, and says, I have laid help upon one that is mighty. I have exalted one chosen out of the people. I have found David my servant. With my holy oil have I anointed him, with whom my hand shall be established. My arm also shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the sons of wicked afflict him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him. He said, and I will beat down his foes before his face, and plague them that hate him. But my faithfulness and my mercy shall be with him, and in my name shall his horn be exalted. I will set his hand also in the sea, and his right hand in the rivers. He shall cry unto me, Thou art my Father, my power, and the rock of my salvation. Also, I will make him my firstborn, higher than the kings of the earth. My mercy will I keep for him evermore, and my covenant shall stand fast with him. This is verse 29. His seed also will I make to endure forever, and his throne as the days of heaven. If his children forsake my law and walk not in my judgments, if they break my statutes and keep not my commandments, then will I visit their transgressions with the rod and their iniquity with stripes. Nevertheless, my loving kindness will I not utterly take from him, nor suffer my faithfulness to fail. My covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is gone out of my lips, which is the covenant. Once have I sworn by my holiness that I will not lie unto David. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. It is, Salakia, it shall be established forever as the moon. and as a faithful witness in heaven. It's also in Jeremiah 35. It say, verse 38, but thou hast cast off and abhorred, thou hast been wroth with thine anointed. The Lord has been wroth with his anointed. Verse 39, thou hast made void the covenant of thy servant. Thou hast profaned his crown by casting it to the ground. Lamentations 2:1. Thou hast broken down all his hedges. Thou hast brought his strongholds to ruin. Babylonians, the Greeks, the Romans, right? All that passed by the way spoil him. Everybody, listen, they tell you in what is that? You got First Maccabees 1 is also in Tobit about all nations had a hand in taking us down, man. You can go read that in the book of Lamentations, the whole chapter. It say Psalms 89 and 41. All that passed by the way spoil him. He is a reproach to his neighbors. Thou hast set up the right hand of his adversaries. That's in Lamentation 2:1. Thou hast made all his enemies to rejoice. Thou hast also turned the edge of his sword and has not made him to stand in the battle. So the Lord turned the sword on us. He said he wounded us with the wounds of an enemy, man. Okay? It say, thou hast made his glory to cease. It's talking about Israel. And cast his throne down to the ground. Who was cast down? So-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. When you read that in which I've been reading it a lot lately, in Daniel 8 and 10, when it said that matter of fact, let's get and come back. This is Daniel 8 and 10. When you see them when you see that happen, man, listen, we still on the curses, man. Even them that's following the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai to the best of their ability. Hey, we on the curses, man. And that's the fear. The Lord showing us that fear, man. It's Daniel 8 and 10 to say, going into the four horns, but out of the four horns, one little horn came up, which is Antiochus Epiphanes. It say, it's verse 9. And out of one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceedingly great towards the south, and towards the east, and toward the pleasant land. The pleasant land is Israel. It say, and waxed great, even to the host of heaven, and it cast down some of the hosts and of the stars to the ground, and stamped upon them. It said the same thing in Revelation. That was Antiochus Epiphanes during the Greek Empire, right? It's Revelation 12 and 4 reads, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. You see, and the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it were born. So, from Babylonians to the Greeks to the Romans to the Babylon the Great, man, they all cast us down to the ground, man. Starting with Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And they came over here, snatched up what they did to, because they took a lot of the Gadites and they looked a lot of Gadites and the Reubenites and Issachar and the other tribes. They took them, spread them across the world, man. And they came and got Jake, Judah, and Benjamin and Levi from Portugal and Spain all the way over there and brought them this way, man. Okay? We ain't just come from Africa, man. We were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. After the siege in 70 AD, man. But these devils, man. So why you trusting in these devils, man? These devils don't care about you, man. So let's go back to Psalms 89. It's these devils, man. You think because they gave you some liberation, you think these devils is down with you, man? They ain't down with you, man. Hey, you're going to find that out the hard way, man. And we keep saying it. The apostles, the elder bishops, elders, younger brothers keep telling you, you're going to have to find out the hard way, man. It's Psalms 89 in verse 39. Thou hast made void the covenant of thy servant. Thou hast profaned his crown by casting it to the ground. Hold on. Lamentations 2:1. How hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel. This ain't talking about, and if we want to go and say, oh, in Isaiah 14, how have thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How was we floating around in the heavens? When this talk about Israel was the beauty of Israel was cast down to the earth, was we floating in heaven somewhere? No, man. This is talking about rulership, man. It say, how hath the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven, heaven meaning rulership, unto the earth the beauty of Israel, and remember not his footstool in the day of his anger. Jerusalem is the Lord's footstool, man. Israel. It say, verse 2, the Lord hath swallowed up all the habitation of Jacob, and have not pitied. He hath thrown down in his wrath the strongholds of the daughter of Judah. He hath brought them down to the ground. He hath polluted the kingdom and the princes thereof. I want to read this. This is verse 5. It reads, the Lord was as an enemy. He hath swallowed up Israel. He hath swallowed up all her palaces. He hath destroyed his strongholds, and have increased in the daughter of Judah mourning and lamentation, man. Right? Let's get this. Now it just said in Psalm 89, which I'm gonna go back and read it. It say all our enemies, they've been laughing at us. These them, look how they living. These supposed to be the peoples of the Lord. Look at them. They don't understand that we're under the curses, man. The heathen nations don't understand what's going on, man. This is Lamentations 2:15. All that passed by, I just read this in Psalm 89. It said, all that passed by clapped their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. The Lord have done that which he had devised. He have fulfilled his word that he have commanded in the days of old. That's the curse, Deuteronomy. The Lord said, if you do this, this is going to happen. He have commanded in the days of old. He have thrown down and have not pitied, and he have caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He have set up the horn of thine adversaries, man. That's what I'm reading here in Psalms 89. Let's go back. Matter of fact, let me get this. This is Psalms 71 and 10. Listen to this. It say, for my enemies speak against me, and they that lay wait for my soul take counsel together. That's Psalms 83. They all came together because one of these heathen nations, they couldn't have took us down by themselves. They had to come together. And much more so, the Lord let them do it, man. He said he removed his hedge around us, man. It say, for my enemies speak against me, and they that lay wait for my soul take counsel together, saying, God hath forsaken him, persecute and take him, but there is none to deliver him. And that's why this nigga Anthony Fauci said, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians are vulnerable. Go look at the word vulnerable on Google. You'll find out what it is. We don't have no covering. They say we are defenseless, we are powerless, we are helpless, unfortified, unsafe, unguarded, unprotected. That's a lot of words when you go look at the word vulnerable, man. That's how these devils, they still feel like that right now, man. So when you see a 2/3 like that get harassed by 50 Cent, man, she could have prevented that, man, but she can't because that's them demons, man. Carnal minded. If you moving through carnality, hey, them demons gonna win every time, man. That's what Paul mentioned in Romans 7, man. We are your everyday walk. This when you not round the brothers. This ain't when you fellowshipping. If you get to fellowship with other sisters or whatever. Your everyday walk is a battle between your spirit and your carnal flesh, man. And most of Jake, hey, they let their flesh overpower, man. The Lord done taught us, gave us the blueprint how to battle. You might not overcome every day, but the Lord gave us the spirit to battle your flesh, man. Because the flesh can't defeat the spirit, man. When you're dealing with Yahweh Shema Bashah, your flesh will never win, man. So let's go back to this. Psalms 89. This is what we're dealing with. Your everyday walk, man. This ain't about when you with brothers. This is when you by yourself, man. So back in Psalm 89, in verse 4, they say, Thou hast broke down all his hedges. Thou hast brought his strongholds to ruin. All that passed by, you see, I just read Lamentations 2. It's talking about all the heathen nations. All that passed by the way, spoil him. He is a reproach to his neighbors. That has set up the right hand of his adversaries. That's Psalm 17 and 13. The Lord said they the sword of the Lord, man. That has made all his enemies to rejoice. That has also turned the edge of his sword and has not made him to stand in the battle. What the Lord says in Psalms 94 and 16, who will stand for me against the workers of iniquity? In Psalm 65 and 4, it tell you, blessed is those men that the Lord chooses and causes to approach unto him, right? That he may stand in his courts, man. It's a beautiful thing the Lord give you this high calling, man, to stand in great boldness. Because it say, and has not made him to stand in the battle. So if you're able to stand in the highways and hedges in boldness, that's the Lord, man. It ain't you. It's not us. It say, that has made his glory to cease. We don't got no glory. Jake think this is a money problem, monetary. No, we have a sovereignty issue, man. It's sovereignty, man. We're on the bottom. And we're going to stay on the bottom until Yahweh shall return, man. That has made his glory to cease. But in the midst of that, the Lord say, let me read this real quick. This is Jeremiah 15 and 11. Yahweh said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant, with the remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil, right? And in the time of affliction. We ain't in the time of evils. We're in the time of affliction. Why is the Lord doing that? He said, Proverbs 16 and 7, when a man's ways please Yahweh Shema Shah, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Okay? Let me get one more. Yahweh Shah said it, man. This is Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send ye forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So like, let me turn this volume back up. So the Lord said to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, right? So like, let me turn this volume back up. Again, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And that girl could have got out of that situation, man. The reason she didn't, because she's dealing with that carnal flesh, man. Hey, so let me get back to this. If one of y'all can put up agree with that adversary quickly in Matthew. This is back in Psalms 8 and 9. In verse 43, I think I was there. Yeah, verse 44. Thou hast made his glory to cease and cast his throne down to the ground. He talking about the throne of David, man. Right? The days of his youth has thy shortening. Thou hast covered him with shame. Every generation that passed it, man. From we're gonna start at Noah, man. Okay? From Noah all the way to now, man. Our lifeline, our years have gotten shorter, even much more shorter. Now we're eating garbage food, right? Chemtrails, GMOs, right? So now we even shorter, man. Cause Jake ain't eating right. We trying. We ain't eating right, man. Jake got meat in every meal, man. We didn't eat meat on the regular in the ancient time, man. You didn't have meat. First off, it wasn't no breakfast. If you did eat something like that early, it was some fruit, some figs or something. It wasn't no just walking around eating meat all day, man. Every time you look up, Jake got meat for breakfast, meat for lunch, meat for dinner. Every day of the week, man. So it say, this is the water to see, to hear, to see. Matthew 5:25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him. Least at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison, man. Now she gotta go way wherever for whatever. For 50 cents, man. No, it was a demon, man. That's them demons, man. And you gotta know how to fight these demons daily, man. So it says Psalms 89:45. The days of his youth has died shortening. And it's going back to David, man. Let's talk about David. The whole house of Israel, man, that has covered him with shame. How long, Yahweh, will thou hide thyself forever? And you go to Hosea 5:15 and tell you the Lord say he's going to hide his face from us until we acknowledge our offense, man, our iniquities. It says, shall thy wrath burn like fire? Remember how short my time is. Wherefore thou hast made all men in vain. What man is he that liveth and shall not see death? Shall he deliver his soul from the hand of the grave? Lord, where are thy former loving kindness? Because he said at the top that David, he will never break his covenant with David. He established David's throne. Father, if you remember listening, when I started in Psalm 89, he established King David's throne forever, man. And when they tell you in Luke 2, matter of fact, let's get this. So right now, man, well, I'm finna get to the point about Babylon would be a memorial. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Bear with me. This is Luke. I'm trying to make a point here. This is Luke 1 and 32. It say, Luke 1 and 31. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son, and shall call his name Yahushua. He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest, and the Lord power shall give unto him the throne of his father David, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. It said the same thing in Daniel 7, man. Right? So let's go back. So Psalms 89 in verse 47. Verse 47. It say, remember how short my time is. Wherefore hast thou made all men in vain? What man is he that liveth and shall not see death? Shall he deliver his soul from the hand of the grave? Lord, where are thy former loving kindness, which thou swearest unto David in thy truth? And the Lord said in the back up in this verse, he said he would not. Matter of fact, let me read it. Let me read and jump back down. It say, this is bear with me. The verse said, he told David, he said he would not lie. Let me find it. He would not lie to David, man. It's in here. I'm just trying to move fast because I don't want to be stuck on this too long. Right here. Psalm 89 and 34. My covenant will I not break. So when these people tell me, oh, the Lord will cast off his people, He said, my covenant will I not break. And we keep mentioning this. The covenant, this Bible is about a covenant with Yahweh and the Israelites, man. His sons, starting with his firstborn son, Yahweh, man. This is the covenant the Lord made, man, with the Israelites. My covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is done out of my lips. This is the Lord. Once have I sworn by my holiness. He said he holy. Was Leviticus 20:26. He said, be ye separate, right? He said, for I am holy. We talking about omnipotent, omnipotent, man. It say, yeah, I got it right here. I've been reading the whole chapter. That's where I've been at. My covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is gone out of my lips. Once have I sworn. Once. This Yahweh. He don't got to say it twice. Once have I sworn by my holiness that I will not lie unto David. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. Come on, man. Come on, man. We talking about omnipotent, man. So back down here, Psalms 89 and 49. Lord, where are thy former loving kindness, which thou swearest unto David in thy truth? Remember, Yahweh, the reproach of thy servants, how I do bear in my bosom the reproach of all the mighty people. Wherewith thy enemies have reproached, O Yahweh, wherewith they have reproached the footsteps of thine anointed. And they did it to his only begotten son first, the anointed. Lord willing, well, Israel, period, we are the anointed ones. But this happened to the anointed first, man. Blessed be Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh, forevermore, right? Nah, I want to deal with this. So these guys, hey, these devils don't care about you, man. This is Psalms 9 and verse 5. It reads, it say, thou hast rebuked the heathen. And that's why I titled this, Babylon will be a memorial, man. Can you smell the smoke? Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. This is a future prophecy. It already done happened. We just haven't seen it. We ain't seen the end of the movie, but the Lord gave us the script, man. It said, thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. Thou hast put out their name forever and ever. This is what we keep telling Vocab Malone and friends. The Job 9:24s ain't done away with, man. The Lord ain't gonna have war with them from generation to generation. And when you read in Deuteronomy 25, the Lord say, once I give you the kingdom again, permanently, we're gonna blot out that name of the Job 9:24s. It's gonna be blotted out, man. It say, this is verse 6. Listen, oh, thy enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities with what? Chemtrail, GMO food, contaminated waters, right? What Apostle Gabar say, repetition is the father's skill. They done passed bestiality laws. You can commit adultery freely and get away with it. And you can get away, these women can do it and get away with the money. Yeah. You saw what Janet Jackson did. She got her nice $500 million bag out the deal. And a baby that she probably don't even want. Oh, thy enemy, destructions. Look at this guy, Dr. Dre. He gave Israel what, 700 million? Yeah. For what? Oh, thy enemy. You went in the studio doing none of that music, put none of them beats together. But because you was there, man, and Esau know, because they're gonna run through that money, man. That's why when the father, he left the business to the son. Of course, the daughters got broke off real decent. But the businesses, hey, when these Job 9:24s, before they take their flight back to the spiritual realm, they lead their empires to their sons. The daughters don't take over the empires. I'm talking about these Rothschilds and Rockefellers, these Oppenheimers and DuPonts and Gettys. They don't leave the business to the daughters, man. They leave them to the sons. The daughters get a nice little bag. They good for forever, but they don't get the business, man. Because believe me, it's going to go to ruins. It say, "O thy enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities." That's why Micah 2:10 said, "Arise and depart, for this is not our rest." Listen, their memorial, to about the wicked, "O thy enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities." Their memorial is perished with them. But the Lord Yahweh shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment, man. We read it. What does it say come down off the throne of the Lord? It said, what comes down off the throne of the Lord? Let's read it real quick. Hey, from the throne of the Lord, hey, order. Let's get it. This is Psalms 89 and 14. Justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne. Mercy and truth shall go before thy face. When you go to Jeremiah 23 and 5, right? It reads this. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign. I just read this in Luke 1. And a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Hold on. Hold up. So is this Yahweh? Because it said in Psalm 89, right in 14, justice and judgment. Right? The Lord, let's read again. You hear what this saying? Either this Yahweh personally, or that's Yahweh Shai. Let's read again. Psalms 89 and 14. Justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne. Mercy and truth shall go before thy face. So who is this? In Jeremiah 23, let's read again. Behold, the days come, Jeremiah 23 and 5, saith Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch. And we know who this is. And a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth, man. Yahweh, what it say in Acts 3, not Acts, Amos 3 and 7? What does it say? Let's read it. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Listen, man, Yahweh Shai is coming. What he said, I came. This is John 9 and 4. It reads, I must work. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. John 9 and 4. I must work the works of him that sent me while this day, the night come when no man can work. He said he came to do his father's business. When Mary and Joseph were looking for Yahweh Shai, what did he say? Did you not know I was going to be about my father's business? Right? So back in Jeremiah 23, in verse 6, it say, in his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. You see, we're not going to get peace, man. You 2/3 is not going to get peace until destruction comes. Let's go back to Psalms 9. This is Psalms 9, and 2/3 got to die by grievous deaths, man. This is Psalms 9, in verse 7 again. It said, and Yahweh shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment, and he shall judge the world in righteousness. And it say, he shall minister judgment to the people in uprightness. This is verse 12. It say, when he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them. Who? The remnant. The remnant, man. He remember the remnant, man. When he maketh, Psalms 9 and 12, when he maketh inquisition for blood, but he's all but God and Jesus is all love. What is this talking about? Why do Yahweh Shema Shah gotta make inquisition for blood, man? It say again, when he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them, he forgetteth not the cry of the humble, not the pride, not the proud, the humble. That's why I say this in James. That's why when you see what happened to that chick over 50 Cent, no, man, that was a demon, man. We are walking and living amongst demons. Demons, man. Their bodies is full of demons. 1, 2, 3, however many. We are walking, watching, working, being around demons, man. James 4:9. Listen to this. This is James 4:7. Submit yourselves, therefore, to power. Yahweh Shema Shah. Resist the devil, he will flee from you. How can you resist the devil when you ain't got the Spirit of the Lord on you, man? You can't resist these demons when your spirit is not filled with Yahweh Shema Shah. It's not filled with truth. Jay still walking around, when they close their eyes, they praying to a Job 9:24, man. Okay? Again, submit yourself therefore to power, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. You can't resist them demons when you're not dealing with Yahweh Shema Shah, man. If Yahweh Shema Shah is not dealing with you, that's what you're doing. You think these guys that get up every day, all they do is get up, kiss their wives, their kids, go off to work, their wives go to work, kids go to school, come home through the weekend, they go out to eat, might go to the beach. You think they righteous? You think they righteous? Man, they are demons. They demons. Just lesser demons, man. They demons. They mind ain't on the Lord, man. When you go to your local grocery store, Walmart, Publix, whatever grocery store in your city, when you go anywhere, think about how many people's in their mind is on Yahweh Shema Shah. I'm sure you'd be the only one. Listen, man, we are surrounded by demons, man. Some of them, the Lord turned that dial up on them, and they get wicked, they get crazy. Some of them just walking around until the Lord turned the dial up, man. It say, draw nigh to power, and he will draw nigh to thee. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Jake out here bugged out, man. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness. Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift thee up. What the Lord tell these devils? Don't get proud with me, because I'm going to bring your kingdom down. Listen, Psalm 75:4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly. And this happened with us first, man. In Deuteronomy 32. I'm going to tell you that the Lord gave us everything. That's in Ezekiel 16. He said, he found us, washed us up, put a crown on us, decked us out, put a chain on our neck, right? And we waxed fat and kicked, man. Right? That's in Deuteronomy 32. It said, just one waxed fat and kicked, man. We did. It say, I said unto the fools. Now, this applies to the Job 9:24 today, man. How they been ruling? Foolishly. Listen, I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly. And to the wicked, lift not up the horn. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck. This happened to us, man. Now the roles are reversing, and it's happening to these heathens, man. They falling. So, their memorial, can you smell the smoke? Because it's finna, hey, this place finna go down in flames, man. This is Psalms 98:9. It reads, before Yahweh, for he cometh to judge the earth with righteousness, he shall judge the world and the people with equity. These devils gave the Transformers Equity Act, right? Equity rights. Okay? Equality rights. No, man, that's off. That ain't no balance. We got Transformers running around here, man. Before the Lord Yahweh, for he cometh to judge the earth through who? His son. With righteousness shall he judge the world and the people with equity. Okay, let's get this. This is Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 17. It reads, for when men will not believe that thou art of full power, thou showest thy strength, and among them that know it, who know it, the whole elect, thou makest their boldness manifest. And that's why the Spirit on the Lord got the Spirit on brothers down there in the highways and hedges, man. Verse 18, but thou, mastering thy power, judges with equity, and orders us, the hopeful elect, with great favor, like it said in Psalm 89. That great favor, man, because he said he would not break his covenant. For thou mayest use power when thou will. And we are watching the power of the Lord, man. That simple clip, man, of that chick getting tased over 50 cents, that's the power you have about Shema Shah. And the more you keep walking left on that wide gate, you're on that wide, broad field, it's going to get narrow for you at the end, man. That wide gate, that wide field, that wide broad way, it's gonna shut up. And this narrow path that the whole flat walking, it's gonna get broad, man. This is Psalms 96 and verse 10. And it reads, oh, worship Yahweh in the beauty of holiness, fear before him all the earth. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth. The world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously, man. Hey, it ain't gonna be moved no more by heathens, man. Wicked rulers. It say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth, and that's what we telling them. Hey, that's what I tell you in Isaiah 13 and 2, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble. The Lord say among the heathen that Yahweh Ba'al Shah reigneth, the world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. See, these heathens is the one that's causing things to move through their policies and legislations and democracy and philosophies, right? This is their government. It's their rulership. They causing everything to move how they will. The Lord said things are gonna move how Yahweh Shema Shah will, man. It say he shall judge the people righteously. This is let me get this one. This is Psalms 9:19, right? It reads, arise, Yahweh, let not man prevail, let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Yahweh, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. And he's going to do that, man. He's doing that right now. The world knowing they just men. Like I tell you what, Ezekiel 28, when he said, the Lord say, you said that you are God, huh? Let me read this. Ezekiel 28. Ezekiel 28 and verse 6. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Shema Shah power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their sword against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness, the heathen nations, right? He's going to use the Russians, right? Because they Job 9:24 as well. It say, they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Will thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. You see that? The Lord saying, you just a man. Let's read again. Psalms 9:19. Arise, O Yahweh, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Yahweh, because we in fear. The hopeful elect, hey, fear, man. Put them in fear, Yahweh, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. You see, let the nations going to know that who they turning, giving their power to, like the scripture tell you in Revelation 17, right? They gonna give their kingdom to the beast, right? He just a man. That's all he is. But because of their tech, and now you got China surpassing Babylon with tech, man. Okay, they surpassing Babylon with tech, man. But because this guy got the sword, He got the sword, man. He is the sword, man. Hey, so yeah, man, I just wanted to read a couple precepts on that, man. Dealing with these devils and they Memorial Day, man. What the Lord say, let me close with it. Psalms 9 and 5. That has rebuked the heathen, that has destroyed the wicked. It's future prophecy, man. That has put out their name forever and ever. And this is going to happen when the kingdom of heaven is established, man. After that 1,000-year hardcore bondage, they're going to be done away with. O thou enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end. Why? And that has destroyed cities. These devils don't walk around the earth. What did it say? That Cain was a fugitive and a vagabond, man. Just walking around the earth, building cities, man. Destroying everything, man. O thy enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thy has destroyed cities. Their memorial is perished with them, man. They're going to be cut off forever, man. The Lord said, let me close with this. Deuteronomy 25 and 19, it reads, it say, verse 17, remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way when ye were come forth out of Egypt. And you can read about that in Exodus 17th chapter, man. How he met thee by the way and smote the hindermost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not God. These devils don't fear the Lord. They don't believe in the Lord. Psalms 14 tell you that, right? When you read Job 21:13, it said they spend their days in wealth and in a moment go down to the grave. Therefore, they say unto God, why would we serve you? It say, these devils don't fear the Lord, man. And you're going to find out that soon, man. Therefore, it shall be when the Lord, thy power, have given thee rest from all thine enemies. Remember, Lamentations 2, Psalm 71, Psalm 83, all thine enemies, man. Therefore, it shall be when the Lord, thy power, have given thee rest from all thine enemies round about in the land which the Lord, thy power, giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the name, Salakia, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek. Do you know what it is to remember something? I still remember my grandmama's phone number from when I was a little boy, man. I still remember her phone number right now. I'm talking about 25 plus years ago, man. That thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it. And it starts at the chief house all the way down to the 6-pack Job 9:24, man. That's all of them, man. So that's what's going to happen, man. They got to go. That money. So they want to celebrate them conquering the earth. Guess what, man? It's going to be our turn soon, man. It's going to be the elect turn soon, Lord willing. Lord willing, we get to be here to see it, man. Because these devils is overdue for judgment, man. 2/3 run around here rampant. They overdue for judgment, man. Because they refuse to return to the Lord, man. So Lord willing is edifying. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Korash. That honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, whether concepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the occupants pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Awad who are listening and learning, you few sisters who are listening and learning. Oh, let me close with this. Hey, the water for your precepts, the water for tuning in. May your help by Shema shall continue to bless you in your houses. Let me close with this. This is Zephaniah. This is Zephaniah 3 and 19. And we're waiting patiently, man. Zephaniah 3 and 18. It reads, let's read 17. The Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, thy power in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. What's the Lord's love? The Lord say he love us, man. Go read Jeremiah 31, 1 and 2, man. The Lord say he love you, Jake. he will joy over thee with singing. I will gather them that are sorrowful. It's talking about the hopeful elect, because 2/3 is some proud demons. They demons. That's what they is. Their body is being controlled by demons, man. So just remember, when you're at the plantation, when you're at the grocery store, when you in the highways sliding, and somebody you got road rage, hey, like Elder Yashua say, let them go, man. Don't let them go, man. They demons, man. We are dealing with demons, man. While we walking in the spirit, they walking in the carnal flesh, man. It say, I will gather them that are sorrowful and the solemn assembly for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time will I undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. You looking for real fame? You looking for real praise, real fame? Wait on Yahweh Shema Shah and watch how they move on these demons, man. Watch how they move on the enemy, man. It say in Isaiah 47, it say it shall rise upon Isaiah 47 and 11, I think it is. It's they shall rise. The Lord say, Yahweh Shah, hey, gonna rise upon these heathens suddenly, man, and they should not be able to put it off, man. It say, at that time will I bring you again. Even in the time, it said, at that time will I bring you again. Again. If you wasn't with us in the beginning, again, don't apply to none of you heathens, man. And at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all the people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahweh Shema Shah. Hey, so again, while for tuning in, may Yahweh Shema Shah continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. Oh, I want to read that brother precept too. See if I can find it. Right here, Isaiah 33 and 18. Kazak Bunyahalda. It reads, Salaki, thy heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counteth the towers? And who's doing the counting? The watchman, the hopeful elect. And we are meditating on what Yahweh Shema Shah is trying to bring to the earth. Justice and judgment, man. Shalom.